Missing someone. Love with all your heart. Missing someone. Love with heart.
This color.
Okay, and then you want to do it solid like that too?
Yeah.
Okay, you know when it goes out it's going to have like a harsh line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's going to be solid.
What do you prefer?
That's totally up to you. You could even do like a blended, more balayage look if you want a softer grab, but if we do solid like that, like in 4 weeks you're going to have this much root of black.
Yeah. Okay, we could do the blended one.
You want to do the blended one? Okay, we can do that one. Let me see the picture again. Oh, it's gonna look different though. It'll be, you see how this one's blended?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like kind of like that, but with
This color
tone.
Okay, yeah, that's okay.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this week I wanted to share with you guys this client's transformation because I'm going to be using some of the new Danger Jones gloss toners, and I am so excited because some of their colors that are going to be out very soon at like your nearest Cosmoprof. I was lucky enough to play with them before they officially launched, and so they gave me a box full of some of their colors, and I'm just so excited for the rest of the line to fully come out because these colors, guys, are very conditioning. They have bonder in it and they're just so vibrant, and you'll see at the end of this video how vibrant these gloss toners are compared to anything else you've ever used before. So quick recap, this client has been with me for a while. I just haven't seen her, I want to say I probably haven't seen her in a couple years. So her color history is that we used to do an underlight on her, and the fact that you can't even see the underlight anymore just shows how long it's been since we've done her hair. So everything that you see right now is completely virgin, and she tends to lift really well. But as you can see from our consultation, she does want to do like a cherry brown, like warm red tone. So I'm going to be using the gloss toners for all of that. And before we go in and tone her, I got to lighten her up. And the other thing I want to mention, in our consultation, she showed me pictures that were all solid. And so when we were doing our consult through text message, I was under the impression that we were going to do a solid application. And I was so ready. But of course, whenever I deep dive into what we're going to be doing for the day, I always make sure that my client understands the maintenance of the service they are asking for, because I feel like that's the most important part. It's like, if you're going to get a color, you got to make sure that you know what the maintenance covers so that you're happy, because I feel like sometimes people get a color and then they realize maintenance is a little too much or not what they expected, and then suddenly become unhappy with the color overall. So it's really important for me to make sure that the clients always understand what maintenance looks like for the color that they are asking for. And I'm so glad that I did, because we are not doing a solid application. She opted to do more of a blended balayage look, to where the ends get a little bit lighter. And so of course I'm going to be going in with my signature placement that you guys see me do, and I'm sure my regular followers or viewers are, it could be a little bit repetitive, but for anyone that's new, I'll just quickly go over. I always use the Danger Jones lightener lately because this has 9+ levels of lift with bonder in it to extra ensure that my client's hair does not feel bad during this lightening service. Of course, any type of bleaching or lightening of the hair can be damaging because you're putting color on it and you are lightening it, but you want to make sure that you find the products that don't damage compared to other products. And from my experience, I really do believe that this lightener is probably the least damaging out of all the lighteners that I've used in the past, just because of the bonder that is in whatever they have formulated it. It just works amazing. So quickly with the placement, I always do detail hairline around the nape of the neck, which is the back hairline where I started. do that center part section all the way to the front hairline, do and connect that money piece on the side here right above the ear, and then another one right above the ear to connect the front and the back, and then just continue and do the sides all in one go. So if you really think about it, this placement really has 3 big sections, one on the left side, one on the right side, and one in the center. And then of course we have the sections that kind of just like detail the entire hairline all the way from the nape of the neck to the forehead. And I do this because it just saves time. I love it. And whenever I go back in for touch-ups, it makes it extremely easy to pick up where I left off and do any type of touch-up that they might want. And this is super versatile, and you can customize it and change it up to fit your client's needs, whether they want something high impact of a blonding placement or something more low maintenance, more dimensional. It is very versatile in the way that you space out your foils, do your weaving placement. For her, since she's dark, I'm pretty much doing slices throughout the entire thing, except around the hairline. And then after I do all of the root placement, like in those 3 big quadrants, I will focus on doing tip outs on the mid lengths and ends. So right now I'm going in doing tip outs. I always like to tease the hair and weave it as well too, to make sure that I get a really nice blend. And then I use over direction towards the front to kind of diffuse any lines. Now, the difference between doing this type of placement versus that solid application that she had originally showed me in all her inspo photos is that this, she can go however long she wants. I mean, ideally, most of my clients will go about like 12, maybe 14 weeks in between appointments. But honestly, I have had some people go like 5 or 6 months, or even just completely grow it out, because it's so blended, it's so soft, regardless of what natural level you are, because it's just the placement of it just grows out really well, and we do a nice shadow root and just like melts everything so nicely that it just fades out really pretty. And then also importantly is the lift. We always make sure that the hair lifts past like at least like a level that will fade out pretty against their skin tone. Now, since she is doing more of a red tone, I don't want to lift her too light, so I want to make sure that I try to lift her closer to like a level 7 and 8, but for sure I want to lift her past that level 6. We don't want to see anything that's too warm, because I do still want the gloss toner to really show its vibrancy. But I do want to avoid lifting her to like a level 10 for sure, because then whatever color I put on her, I might have to fill her, and it just won't be vibrant and have that depth that she's looking for. So before we go in with the more like cherry color that she was looking for, I'm going to just do a shadow root really quick, because I always like to blur out my slices since we do slices on her. And so I'm going in and doing the shadow root, taking it vertically up the entire head and doing about 1 inch of a shadow root, because I just want it to be nice and melty and blended. For the shadow root, I am using more of like a level 4 for it. And then for the mids and ends, we're using those Danger Jones gloss toners that just came out. I am using the 5-65. So this is a level 5 red mahogany basically, and this color was literally perfect for what we needed it for. I feel like it's just gonna, you'll see how vibrant and blended and beautiful it looks against her natural tone here. And I feel like it looks great and will fade and grow out really nicely. And then here is what the hair looked like in direct lighting in the front of the salon. And guys, it just looks so freaking shiny. I feel like your hair looks 1,000 times healthier, even though we lightened it and did this gloss toner on her. I'm telling you guys, these gloss toners are game changing, and compared to any other like demi-permanent or any type of gloss toning product out there, this one is literally the best. Alrighty guys, so that is it for this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in, and as always, I will talk to you guys next week.